This is Real News Media TV, coverage you can trust. Please like, share, subscribe, and hit the notification bell. Select all for daily news updates. Chang faces more backlash for shoot-to-kill comments. Another human rights group has rejected National Security Minister Dr. Harris Chang's instructions to cops to shoot to kill criminals who attack them and has renewed the call for use of non-lethal options. Stand Up for Jamaica says Chang's comments are irresponsible and unfortunate as they stand as a clear violation of the right to life. We are at a low place when our leaders express the zeal to take the lives of criminals instead of finding sustainable measures to deal with the issue of crime, a statement from Carla Golota, Executive Director Stand Up for Jamaica said. Golota said it was even more concerning that the National Security Minister expressed his lack of sympathy to provide any emergency response to accused persons if they are injured. The culture of force has infringed upon the rights and the lives of Jamaicans, and we are renewing the calls for various recommendations, such as the use of non-lethal options. These recommendations are encouraged as they will strengthen our systems to give justice and ensure accountability, she added. Human rights groups Jamaicans for Justice and the Independent Commission of Investigations have already condemned Chang's statements. However, he has received the support of fellow cabinet minister Robert Morgan, who on Friday evening tweeted, "I stand with Dr. Chang and the police." Indy come to question cop over alleged chucking of man over wall. The Independent Commission of Investigations has launched a probe into an incident where a police officer allegedly pushed a man from a wall in Red Hills, St. Andrew on Friday. Indicom Assistant Commissioner Hamish Campbell told the news that the police officer implicated has been identified. "We are informed of the matter through the media, and we have launched an inquiry, and one of our team is liaising with the GCF to get the full facts," he said, adding that the cop is to be interviewed. Superintendent Sherika Service, head of the St. Andrew North Police Division, informed the news that the Inspectorate and Professional Standards Oversight Bureau is also conducting an investigation into the matter. Residents say that an argument developed between the man, Garfield Winter, who is of a Red Hills address, and the policeman over an incident in the area on Friday morning. Police investigators were called to the community after a man said to be of unsound mind chased a group of people along Red Hills Road and managed to inflict chop wounds on 3 of them. 74-year-old Mason Philip Bennett died as a result of the injuries he sustained. Residents alleged that during the incident, the cop pushed the man from a wall. The injured man was taken to the hospital by police officers on the scene. More changes coming for laws on marijuana use. Culture and Entertainment Minister Olivia Grange says the Dangerous Drugs Act will undergo further amendments that will see the widening of legislative authority and the recognition and the preservation of marijuana use in Jamaican culture. The legislation was amended in 2015 to decriminalize the use of small quantities of marijuana, but Grange, who was at the ConEx Business Conference and Expo in Montego Bay Friday night, announced the pending changes to the legislation, which she said were decided 2 weeks ago by Cabinet. Ultimately, it is about the re-enfranchisement of our people, so it is my hope that we even go further than decriminalization and create a legislation that will enhance its cultivation, its production, processing and distribution, including the creation of byproducts as part of our governance policy to promote sustainable prosperity for all, she added. The Culture Minister said Cabinet has instructed that the legislation be amended because the Ministry of Culture, a critical component, was not adequately recognized, similar to the Ministry of Industry, Investment and Commerce, Ministry of National Security and the Ministry of Justice, especially given the historic nature of marijuana cultivation and the use by Jamaicans. "We are catching at the table. We're not officially at the table, but I have good news for you." Cabinet made a decision that the legislation must be amended to ensure that the Ministry of Culture is at the table, Grange said. No timeline was given for the amendments. Police seek a suspect in multi-million-dollar drug seizure. Investigators assigned to the Narcotics Division are seeking the public's assistance in locating the driver and/or owner of a gray Toyota Wish motorcar registered 7500JP following a seizure in St. Elizabeth on Friday, September 16. Police report indicated that about 7:30 a.m., the lawmen were conducting an operation along the Fosdick main road in the parish when they signaled the driver of a Toyota Wish motorcar to stop. The driver did not comply and fled the scene. The vehicle was subsequently found abandoned in the area. A search was conducted and several knitted bags with compressed ganja weighing approximately 200 pounds along with a sum of cash were seized. The illicit drug has an estimated street value of over $37 million, according to the police. Anyone with information that can assist the police with their investigation is being asked to contact the Narcotics Police at 876-923-4576, Police 119 emergency number, or the nearest police station. 17-year-old charged with robbery and illegal firearm. Detectives assigned to the Hunts Bay police station arrested and charged a 17-year-old boy with robbery with aggravation and illegal possession of firearm following an incident in Olympic Gardens, Kingston 11 on Sunday, June 5, 2022. Reports are that about 8:30 a.m., the complainant was at his place of work when he was approached by the juvenile who brandished a firearm and demanded his cell phone valued at $20,000, as well as taking $6,000 in cash. The juvenile was pointed out to the police, where he was arrested on Monday, September 12, and later charged on Friday, September 16. Police target robbers in violence-plagued areas of Manchester. Police in Manchester say they have deployed a raft of measures to combat an increase in robberies targeting town centers, even as the violence-plagued areas have been placed under curfew following an upsurge in crime. Head of the Manchester Police Superintendent Shane McCullough said officers have commenced a 90-day anti-robbery reduction strategy since August. In the towns of Mandeville and its immediate environs, Christiana Spaldings, we have implemented what I would term as a more aggressive type of policing initiatives in those places, he said on Thursday, September 8, at the monthly meeting of the Manchester Chamber of Commerce at the Mandeville Hotel. McCullough said the safeguarding of towns has resulted in a balloon effect, with the criminals resorting to target areas outside town centers in Manchester. He added that the prevalence of illegal firearms has resulted in an increase in robberies and that the seizure of the weapons in Manchester is a mere drop in the bucket to what is out there. McCullough said the police are targeting gang conflicts and domestic disputes involving lottery scamming. The issue of scamming is one of the things that I have realized is very live and kicking in the parish of Manchester. A lot of it goes unnoticed because it only comes out when you look at some of the murders that you are having. Most of these murders, when you look at them, even though persons will categorize them for layman's perspective as gang-related issues, when you look at them and you analyze them, they are interpersonal domestic problems, he said. He added that the police need more resources, including functional units. We have to use a lot of creative strategies. Currently, our fleet on books is 44, but active in terms of what we can deploy right now is 20, said McCullough. He said the police have started to revive neighborhood watches through partnerships with the communities. We are just asking and making a plea here that where you can assist us in getting that type of momentum back on track, please help us to do it, because the criminals seize opportunities when they see the community is divided, he said. In the meantime, McCullough said Greenvale near Mandeville and the surrounding areas have been placed under a 7 p.m. curfew. There are going to be some spots where typically law enforcement term as hot spots. My concept is to reduce the number of hot spots. However, there are certain policing strategies that we have to deploy that might be a little more stringent in some communities than others, he said. You would see lockdowns in some communities from 7 p.m. in the nights and then movements inside these places. Parties have been completely banned. That is just a part of the approach to try to slow down the occurrences and to put some mitigating strategies in place, he added. He said the Jamaica Constabulary Force continues its efforts to rid itself of rogue cops. One of the big things in the parish is the perception of corruption among the police, but one of the comforting things that I can say, and I will say this without any fear of contradiction, is that the JCF is the only organization that has consistently arrested and put up for prosecution their own members, a large amount. Where there are also disciplinary issues, those are also dealt with, he said. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe, and hit the notification bell. Select all for daily news updates.